Unordinary attraction that you get from women on sperm retention. This number one attraction indicator that you get when you go on sperm retention that is very subtle, but is pretty noticeable if you're aware of it. And the number one thing is, honestly, is a proximity flirt. This is the number one thing that is very noticeable when you go on retention. Now the thing is, it's like retention itself, like I said, is an amplifier. It's essentially amplifying who you already are. So guys think that, if they don't put any work in their grooming, they don't do any of that, and somehow they're just supposed to get woman attraction, then that's just what's going to happen. But that's not necessarily the case. What's going to happen is, if you combine, for grooming, you have a good legit physique, you look good on the exterior, and you've been abstaining from lust on your phone and anything like that and stuff like that. What really starts to happen is that this energy that you've harnessed over time has to be transmuted somewhere, and usually women subconsciously will pick up on this. They will pick up on this subconsciously, but based off your body language, just how free you are, how open you are, and how you're transmuting this feeling of desire that you have in your body language, your eye contact, your presence. And this is exactly what I'm speaking about. It really comes down to it. This is it. This is the end. This is pretty much it. It's literally in, like, it's as simple as this. I believe in if we're speaking truly just based off primal desire, because the thing is about, like, all of these dating coaches, gurus, these things, it's like there's all these rules, right? There's all these rules when it comes to dating, apparently now, especially in this modern age and everything like that. But the thing is that people don't necessarily talk about is complete primal desire. When you have a woman hooked on primal desire, a lot of these other things don't really necessarily matter as much, because it's like you can literally do whatever you want and she still doesn't like you. You can literally just be yourself and she still doesn't like you. So a lot of it, the thing is, the people who don't work on the primal desire, when I mean primal desire, I just mean working on your innate attraction. See, the thing is, it's like you have to be someone who is attractive as a person. For example, if this is something that I learned, if you want to be, quote unquote, if you want to, for example, have status in terms of making, like, having a legitimate, like, business that actually generates, like, profit for you and stuff like that, they said that you have to legitimately be the person who already has a business like that already. That's literally that's essentially the secret. So using this information, what you can do is just be an attractive person overall. Like, think about what an attractive guy, based off your eyes and what you've seen in reality, based off what they do, they usually tend to do, how they usually tend to look like, what interests they usually try to do, and everything like that. Do all of that, and then literally just copy it, or put your own twist on it. But that's pretty much that's the secret. You're gonna find it that people are going to respond to you based off this idea and identity that you are trying to pretty much convey. That's what it really comes down to. So you be an attractive person. You be an attractive guy. You have primal desire, making yourself as fit as possible, making yourself as intelligent as possible. Because another thing is too, and I saw this as a post. Apparently, in today's dating age, like, they said that women are more likely to choose a guy for survival rather than love. Think about that. They'd rather choose a guy for survival who has resources, who's able to provide, extensionally, they'd rather use that than have love. This is something these are some posts I've seen on surveys and stuff like that, and data posts and stuff like that. So what that really means is, like, you got to be someone who's able to, like I said, provide. You also have to be able to have replicatable genes. You have to be able to believe that your genes are going to and they are gonna have, are able to survive, when they reproduce and stuff like that. So this is what you really. So this is why, like I said, this is why women usually look for, and I've seen these too with like a lot of these like dating shows and stuff. They usually look for guys who are, what I've seen. This is things that I've seen in my own eyes. Primarily, they usually look for guys who are maybe taller and who do have a physique that's able to at least be able to seem like it can protect. This is what some of the things I've seen. But another thing is too, it's like necessarily they may not be these attributes that I've described isn't necessarily what they essentially marry. Like that's sometimes that's not what it is. Sometimes it really is just that he may be able to provide or something, and that's usually what they get. So what I'm basically trying to say is, like, you have to have this primal. The thing is about primal desire. If you have primal desire, belief, she's probably going to give you the light of day. She's probably going to at least be open for a conversation. Now the thing is, it's like you yourself are doing this because it's for yourself. You're not doing it just because you're trying to please her or anything like that. But you yourself are an attractive guy by default, and because you're an attractive guy, you're going to get that attraction that you're seeking for. Because the thing is, it's like people do this because when you do have that innate attraction in you, where you're just an attractive guy, you have your grooming is on point. You have your physique is on point. It's legit. You look like you've taken care of yourself. You're obviously she's probably way more initially just going to be more receptive. And then all you have to do is really just be kind of a normal guy, to be honest. The thing is, guys are a little bit too creepy. Guys are and sometimes they're a little bit too, like, serious too. This whole red pill ideology, they're lying to you. They say things, oh, just be super, they say things like be super serious, don't show any emotion, stuff like that. And it's like, you have to realize, like, bro, and the worst part is a lot of these guys, they'd be taking this information to heart because they see some of these influencers, and then they equate them to someone who's successful, and then they say, hey, I might as well just take his advice, right? Because he's successful. But another thing that you also have to look at is, like, one thing that may work for someone else may not necessarily work for you. Another thing too is some of the things that they're saying, it may not even work for them. They may literally just be saying them just based off who they are, to be honest. So really, just you have to look at your eyes and what you physically see, and then realize that a lot of these things that some of these people are saying is that they're trying to they have this it's called the red pill. They're trying to make it seem like all women are the worst, hate women, all of that. And it's like it's completely not even, like, it's not even true. There's a lot of these guys have a lot of insecurities when it came to maybe their past and how they were treated. So they use this as a way for themselves to kind of feel powerful again. But what you have to realize is, like, women aren't the actual problem. It's none of this is what you have to realize is, like, you just have to improve yourself enough, or be an attractive guy, and not necessarily improve yourself, but what you have to be is be an attractive guy based off, like, some of the powers that you have, some of the things that make you unique, and you have to really be able to showcase that. Maybe it is your charisma, maybe it is just something that who you are and stuff like that, or what you're able to give her. Maybe is your wisdom, spiritual wisdom, or anything like that. But anyway, she's gonna be attracted to you because you have this. It is called a proximity flirt, where she's able to, if she sees that you look good and stuff like that. Initially, she might make her way over to you, and then all you have to do is really talk about it. I've had this happen to me many times, where I'm just in a public setting and stuff like that, and then I might be with some friends or something like that, and especially like I said before, what I realize about this is usually when you get grooming, when you're groomed well and stuff, and you look nice and stuff, women honestly they're gonna make themselves available to you based off being around you. They're gonna be around you. Maybe they're gonna bump into you. Maybe they're going to drop something in front of you or something like that. Anything like this. This is what you have to realize. It's just the guys that I'm speaking to are the guys who think that they're just gonna go on. Example like semen retention, and then all of a sudden they're just going to get this woman attraction. And the thing is, what it is going to enhance who you already are. But if you're not a social guy, you're just very, very, you don't displaying like social skills and stuff like that, you can't automatically just think that she's automatically just going to be attracted to you. She may or may not, but these are some of the things that I have to tell you. And your physique, your physical attraction is definitely going to be the opening door for you to get any of this attraction that you're seeking. So make sure you, like I said, you have to be an attractive guy. What would an attractive guy be doing at this point? What would someone who already has some of these things be doing? And then you just have to mirror this. It's really that simple. But the thing is, what you've been sold by the Matrix is that you don't have to necessarily put that much work in to get something. And the thing is, it's like that may or may not be true. There are arguments that say that you don't have to. It's not necessarily about hard work, about maybe getting rich or something like that. It's not necessarily like that. At some point, like your systems have to take over. But in the initial work, if you're trying to create a system, then you have to put that together. But eventually, this is what it is. You make your income, and you create that cash flow maybe with your business, and then your business profits carry over into your investment vehicles, and that's how you make your escape, your financial freedom per se. So these are some of the things that you have to look at. You're gonna get that proximity flirt, where maybe if you get you're groomed well and everything like that, and you look good and everything like that, she may look at you more than once. Like I said, I have this has happened multiple times, where you look good, where you groom yourself well, and women just may make themselves close, just may get close to you, just so for the chance that you may have a conversation with them, where maybe they might flip their hair, maybe you're in line or something, and then they're right behind you, or you're a public place with a friend and they bump into you and stuff like that. You just have to, and then the thing is, all you have to do is open and close, and at that point it really comes easy, to be honest. It's really that simple. With that being said, if you're trying to become a new year, new you in this next year, make sure you go ahead and apply for that coaching link in the pinned comments down below. And